What's up? You're watching Cheap Seats. I'm Riley. That's great. And today we're predicting every game in the Week 15 slate of the NFL.
Wow, and is it a good week, Riley?
No more bye weeks.
No more bye.
Also,
Bye.
You're straight or gay. That's it. No more bye weeks.
Speaking of bye, did you see Joe Burrow's girlfriend got leaked?
Yeah, what's the deal? And her name is
She's
also
bi.
Olivia.
Well, yeah, that's the weird part.
That's weird. He was dating an Olivia.
He was
he's dating
engaged.
another Olivia. He's engaged?
He was engaged to the former Olivia. I think they were high school sweethearts.
Can we keep it about football?
The sophisticated crime syndicate broke into his house, and TikTok bi celebrity star turned swimsuit model for Sports Illustrated was the one who called the cops. And here's my hot take. I think she's in on it.
You think that she set him up?
Yeah, and then she called as like the classic cover up, like, oh, there's someone in the house. And she's like, grab the fucking Rolex. Oh no, there's glass everywhere. Get the championship ring. Oh, I'm so scared. Give me the keys to the bars. That's what I think.
You don't think that, I mean, she could win the ultimate prize by just marrying Joe Burrow.
It's not a prize.
He's rich forever. Boring. Well, he's rich forever. He has the worst outfits of all time. Who wants to steal those clothes?
People are saying she had a big influence on the outfits.
Bill Belichick is now the coach of the UNC Tar Heels, and he is going to be an absolute demon at the sorority parties.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
No.
I don't like that he gets to walk into 17-year-olds' houses and recruit them. And he's like, hey, is that your sister?
He's officially Unk status.
It's at 72.
At Unk.
Bill.
At the Tar Heels. Unk Tar Heels.
Yeah, I don't
Unk.
love that. That is some strange news.
Yeah.
Hey, man, there's some teams that can clinch playoff berths this week.
Mm-hmm.
They are Houston, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, and Minnesota. There are a few different scenarios for each of them to do it, but I believe Pittsburgh and Houston, all they need to do is win.
And we were left off of Drake's op list.
Thank you.
But we were included on the University of Maine's dissertation on parasocial relationships and moral violations.
Yeah.
We were listed on there alongside Hassan Piker, Emma Chamberlain 6 times, Joe Rogan many times, and Alex Earl, I think, came in listed the most.
And Bashar al-Assad was in there too, which was a little strange. It's weird to be in a list with him.
Yeah, I'd like to see what section we were mentioned in, if anybody can find that. I'm not reading all that. Either congratulations or sorry that happened. All right.
And shout out Maine. Didn't know y'all had universities up there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I thought you went up there to write horror movies and die.
Right. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into tonight's game. We got the Rams versus the Niners. Short week for the Rams after their triumphant win over the Buffalo Bills, which was an awesome game.
It's also a short week for the Niners.
Okay, come on, man. We gotta quit with this. You're interrupting so much.
It's a short week for the Niners as well.
Let me just get, you know what I'm saying? Let me just get through it.
Yeah, good luck.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, the Rams, I mean short week because that was just such a hard-fought game, a lot of scoring. And the Niners obviously had a bounce-back week against a bad team, but they're looking kind of dead in the water. It doesn't look like the Niners are going to make the playoffs this year. I think that the Rams have a decent shot, but it's going to be a tough one, you know? So I'm going to take the Rams in this one as just one last fighting chance to make the playoffs. I think they're going to have more on the line here.
I have the Rams too. I have loser has no hope. Whoever loses this game, the hope has left the building. Hope has left the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly have the Rams here because the Niners, after a promising game from your high hopes on Isaac Guerrero, looks like he's going to miss this game.
Really?
And now
another running back hurt?
They're down to 4.
Yeah.
That leaves him with Patrick Taylor Jr., who joined the team 2 weeks ago, and he did run pretty tough last week, but any skill position where you're like, it'd be like if your number one receiver has become your 4th option. You're now the guy you're handing it. It's like Kyle Juszczyk is their backup running back now.
Yeah.
It's going to be Patrick Taylor and then Juszczyk. I don't like that for a team that favors the run so much. I think Debo's going to get a bunch of handoffs, and that hasn't looked great this year. They're still without Trent Williams, and I think Bosa and Greenlaw are both questionable. Those are vets in a playoff fighting game. I'd imagine some cortisone shots will be shot into their asses, and they will play, but knowing that they're banged up and questionable, I don't know how effective either of them are. So injuries kind of beat the Niners here, and I like Matt Stafford in December is like 10-1 since joining the Rams. He's like Santa fucking Kringle over there.
Yeah, my worry with the Rams there, and I'm still picking them, but they've just been so plagued by injury, especially with their outside weapons like Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, that on a short week, I worry that they will not be as effective as they have been.
Yeah.
And that's really what it hinges on here. The Rams have not looked good without them in the lineup, have looked really good with them in the lineup, and Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be one of those where the Rams kind of eke it out at the end and keep their playoff hopes alive, but not all the way. I think the Seahawks it really is going to take a failure on the Seahawks front for the Rams to make the playoffs. But if they do make it, I'd be scared of them.
Yeah, as everybody should be.
All right.
Both on the Rammies.
Next. This is a weird one. This is a weird game. I think the Cowboys, their season's been over since Dak was hurt. They obviously have been playing a little bit better recently than we maybe expected them to. Panthers have been playing great, especially against really, really good opponents like the Eagles and the Chiefs. But I don't know. I kind of think that it's going to be the Cowboys winning this one because they're on the road, and they've been really good on the road.
That's true.
They've been really bad at home. And the Panthers should want to lose this one. Get yourself a good draft pick.
Yeah. I mean, this is sadly the time of the year where teams that are eliminated from the playoffs, that's like kind of what everybody watching's thinking. But I think the vibes are high enough in Carolina, and they kind of need the moral victory to solidify the hype. I mean, it's clear that Bryce Young is going to be the quarterback next year, but like Xavier Legette coming off that big drop last week, a lot of things have been adding up, but they haven't kind of burst that bubble of victory since 3 weeks ago. And I think they're due here against a bad Cowboys team. And like, I always say this about the Cowboys, but just a not very physical team. And I think the Panthers kind of can outman them. Meat on meat, if you will. Panthers bigger meat than Cowboy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I don't know. I feel like we're going into this. A lot of people are going to just be like, well, the Panthers have been playing great. They're just not better than the Eagles or the Chiefs. And this will be like the thing that tips the scales. But I just kind of feel like the Cowboys on the road have been a little bit better. And we've seen their offense start to click a little bit with Cooper Rush, which is weird, but whatever. I'm just kind of like, odd game. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. No. But I think the Cowboys are going to win this one.
Nope.
Whatever.
That's where I'm at. Mariah Carey's playing the NFL Christmas performance on Netflix.
Okay.
All right, next game.
Oh, cool.
Chiefs Browns. I got the Browns here by septillion points. They're riding with Jameis for the rest of the year instead of playing their rookie or their second-year player that they drafted.
DTR?
Yeah, I think that's a sign that they're kind of letting Jameis have the rest of this season as a tryout to get re-signed. If his leadership qualities continue to be the way they have been and been gravitational for all the other guys, which I expect them to be, he's not going to change his personality overnight. Basically, if he doesn't throw 5 more pick sixes and like can eke out maybe a victory or 2 or just look effective in these last couple weeks, I think he does get re-signed. I think that's the opportunity he's being given here. If we didn't care about re-signing him, it'd be DTR. But yeah, I have the Browns here finally exposing the Chiefs as frauds, and I wouldn't be surprised if Myles Garrett threw Patrick Mahomes into the dog pound and he was ripped limb for limb by a big, fat, cold Cleveland beer-drunk bastards.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs here. I know everybody has been saying that this is like, it's weird. Even Chiefs fans, I've seen them on the internet picking this game as their loss the entire season.
Yeah.
They've all been like, if they're undefeated by that point or they have one loss, the Browns are going to beat them because the Chiefs always lose a dumb game. I do think the Browns are physical enough to win the game, but at the same time, that secondary has been struggling.
Greg Newsome's out now too.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna say the Chiefs are gonna win it. They're a better team.
It's debatable.
They're a lot better.
It's pretty debatable.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs will probably win by like it'll be like a half point, something like that.
Oh,
for some reason.
Sneak it out.
Yeah, they'll win it by like 0.5. So I would take the Browns against the spread here and the Chiefs to win the game outright.
Yeah,
so.
I think the Chiefs are 0-6 in their last 6 against the spread. So
right. Also, sorry, I'm sick. I don't know if anybody can tell by my voice or my demeanor.
Oh, they can tell.
I'm getting over it. I'm trying. I'm here. You know what I mean? That's really all that I can do is be here. But if I feel low energy or my voice sounds like shit or it sounds like raspy and sexy in some sort of way, then it's because I'm getting over a sickness.
Maybe your throat's sore.
For weeks.
Your throat might be sore because you're buttoned up all the way, like a crip.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, maybe you could alleviate some of that throat soreness by unbuttoning a couple buttons for the viewer at home.
See, it's not like tugging though.
It looks tight.
No, it's not that tight.
Ooh, I can't even breathe looking at it. Tony, what's the next game? Oh, a thriller in Manila.
What was that?
It's a thriller in Manila.
Oh, okay. Dolphins versus Texans. Dolphins are like, technically they can make the playoffs still.
Yeah.
They've been playing pretty good. Texans, it's really just like the fraud watch Texans game. It's kind of like, are the Texans actually in crisis mode? Is CJ Stroud a full on pumpkin now? Who knows? But I'm gonna take. I don't know, actually. What do you got on this game? I kind of feel like the Dolphins might play spoiler here.
I have the Texans coming off of a bye. I think that bye was really well timed. The drama of the suspension of Alshire, whatever, killing Trevor Lawrence, and then just given a bye this late in the season, I think they needed time to get healthy and kind of recalculate. They still have a really strong run game. I think if they can just allow CJ Stroud a little more time in the pocket, they should win this game pretty easily. The Dolphins are going to be in it. They've done a great job of doing that in their last 4 weeks. I just don't. They're too tricky, and Tua hasn't. His stats are a little inflated by a lot of. He gets about 6 pass completions a game by going like this, and they throw that cross reverse sweep, and then at the end of the game you're like, whoa, he was 80% completion rate and he threw for X amount of yards, but going down the field, he has not looked good this year. You can look at Tyreek Hill's stats for evidence of that. I kind of see the Texans just dominating time of possession here and getting to Tua maybe a couple times. And I think it's a close game. I like the spread here. I would take the Dolphins on the spread and maybe the Texans by 2 points.
I'm going to take the Dolphins here. I think that their elevator's going up, the Texans' elevator going down. I don't know why exactly, but I just feel like the Dolphins might eke this one out. I do not feel good. I'm picking all away teams so far.
Oh, this is the opposite of
last week. Yeah.
Well, that's a good strategy. If, flip it up.
I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go Texans. Yeah. Texans are going to win this game, actually,
now
that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, for sure. But.
All right, let's get it going.
All right.
Oh, a thriller in Manila.
You could not pay me to watch this game. Doesn't matter the amount. Oh my God. Wow. I did not care. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Who gives a shit about this game?
Breece Hall's probably still out. They're refusing to shut him down for the rest of the year, which is kind of strange. I don't know if he's chasing a contractual stat number. Sometimes that is the case. Maybe he needs 45 more receiving yards to get a $20,000 bonus.
Right. Weird that you started him in fantasy last week. That was interesting.
Yeah, and still won by a considerable amount, which is that's weirder, especially if your name's Jim.
Right.
And you suck.
Right. And who got first in the league last week? I'm trying to think who got first in the league last week.
Oh, points wise. It's probably someone that doesn't have a bye this week because they've struggled so much throughout the season that they have to play in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh.
I can't remember who it is, though.
Yeah, I think it might be me.
Oh, yeah.
Some people would consider that just a triumphant comeback after winning 4 in a row to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And some people would call it that, and then that person might have scored 155 points and put up a big old dinger on the number 1 player in the league.
First round bounce would be disappointment for the fan base or...
Total disappointment.
Disappointment. Okay, well, I'll be rooting for you.
A total failure.
I'll be rooting for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I picked the Jets here.
Yeah, give me the Jets.
I got the Jets. They looked effective last week. That was Aaron Rodgers' first 300-yard game, I believe, since 1968. The drones, he set the drones loose in New Jersey. I swear he had something to do with that. He said Friday night, he will be having some sort of alien seance in his yard. His friends are all going to come over and they're going to meditate and shoot green lasers into the sky to call in the mothership. So if he gets probed and taken onto the mothership on Friday, The
comedy club?
Yeah.
In Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Iran's going to send it over New Jersey.
Yeah. It's Iran. But yeah, that's fine.
Iran, you run.
Yeah.
Iran, Forrest.
We both picked the Jets. Next. Commanders, Saints.
Carr's still going to be out. We might get to see Marshawn Lattimore lace him up for the Commanders for the first game. That would be pretty exciting. Kind of a welcomed boost for them as they've felt a little more stagnant the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Lattimore comes in, I think Commanders win this game either way. I don't really love the Saints defense, and without Derek Carr, I don't think they have the deep threat that makes them viable.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I think the hype has died down, but they're still a good football team, and the Saints are obviously a shitty team. I think they're worse than their 5-8 record. Who's even starting at quarterback for them? Is it gonna be Spencer Rattler?
That's what we think.
Yeah, I mean, I heard some rumors that it wasn't even gonna be him. It was gonna be the other guy.
Taysom?
No, it was gonna be the other guy.
Shoot, who
They
is
have
the
they
other
have
guy?
another guy who's like actually a quarterback.
Wow.
Taysom's like whatever. He's like
He's
a
just a
Swiss
big
Army
white.
knife or whatever.
He's a big white.
They say he can just do a bunch of shit. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Commanders to get a bounce back win
Same.
and cement their playoff. I don't know if it's cemented, but
Yeah, it won't clinch playoffs, but it'll put them in a really, really strong position.
Next, Ravens Giants.
Yeah.
Um,
Tommy Cutlets is back.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's gonna play again?
Yeah, Tommy Cutlets is back. That's always fun at a home. Wow, just an even 14. You don't see that a lot.
No.
13 and a half, 12 and a half, but just a straight up 2 touchdowns.
They know something we don't.
Yeah,
They know
that's
something
weird.
we don't in Vegas.
I bet it moves.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ravens on this one. As much as everybody has decided to just give up all hope for this Ravens team,
Yeah.
I think they're one of the most talented rosters in the entire NFL, and the Giants obviously are not very good. They tend to keep games kind of close. They look like a decent team in their losses a lot of the time, but I still think that the Ravens are going to go out and prove that they are a viable AFC playoff team and a threat and somebody you don't want to see in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think Derrick Henry's going to have a monster game, especially because he cut off all the dreads.
Biggest thing here is that the Ravens have to come out of this unscathed. This is a game you hate to go into, win by 6 or something because Justin Tucker misses 3 more field goals and Lamar has a nasty fumble at some point, and then like Zay Flowers pulls a hamstring or Mark Andrews rolls an ankle. That'd be the worst case scenario here. So they just have to go in, be effective and efficient and get an early lead and just kind of maintain that and let Derrick Henry go crazy and not get into any sticky situations, because to come out of this with like a shitty win and then an injury would be absolutely terrible for them. I hate to root for it, but I hope it happens. Yeah, I'm going to pick the Ravens here, and I hope someone critical misses a couple weeks and they lose some more games, and then they miss the playoffs and they fire John Harbaugh, and he becomes like the worst ESPN analyst of all time.
Why? Yeah, okay. The Browns aren't going to make the play. You know that,
No,
right?
yeah. So the best that could happen is that all of our enemies fall valiantly.
Okay, whatever. Go
Yeah.
next one. We got the Bengals and the Titans. It's going to be the Bengals. All right, we can move on from there.
Yeah. Joe Burrow's chasing records, and so is Jamar Chase. I think this game could be 49-10.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
the Titans don't score a point. I mean that their defense is good, and that's honestly the Bengals' Achilles heel, because if they play a good defense, their defense is so bad that it can look like a close game. But I mean, I don't know. I think the Bengals' offense has been so high powered, they're just going to cut up any defense they play. I just don't. Their defense can hold their own probably against Will Levis. So
Tony Pollard might run for 3,000 on him.
3,000. Yeah.
They remember, dude, we're a blocked punt, a fumble recovery, first down away from Cooper Rush, maybe beating Cincinnati last week.
I mean, yeah, that's fair, but also worst special teams in the league is the Titans, so I couldn't. It's going to happen again probably. It's going to be some other shit like that. It's going to be like a fake punt that goes awry and then they fumble it in the backfield and Trey Hendrickson picks it up and scores it. I don't know.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me to watch this game. Bengals win.
Yep. All right. Patriots, Cardinals.
Out of the 1 o'clock slate here into the afternoon, we got Drake May going into the desert.
Yeah.
To play the absolutely limping Cardinals.
Yeah.
Who just a few weeks ago we were like, all right, good for them. Like, look at those guys fight. Didn't know they had it in them. And now it's.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
You're taking the Pats.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't have much to say about it. I just think that they're going to win. And I think it's going to just be like, oh, wow, the Cardinals aren't good.
Yeah, I didn't even have this game written down. That's how little it means to me. So I'm going to go ahead and write it down now. And, I'll take the Cards. They're fighting for their life. They are definitely losers if they lose this week. They will be out of playoff contention. I'll take them. I think the Pats really want to lose at this point, and they're just going to let Drake May throw it 40 times, and it'll probably look really good, but I don't think they have enough on the other end of the ball to stop James Conner and Kyler Murray. So I'll take the Cards.
All right, Colts, Broncos, battle of the horses.
Yep, horse battle here. This is actually a pretty important game when it comes to AFC playoff.
Very important.
Yeah.
The Colts have to win to stay alive. The Broncos are right at the edge of that wild card right now. I think that the Broncos are definitely trending upward, and the Colts, nobody knows what to make of them because you got Anthony Richardson taking snaps there, and you might just get like the best game you've ever seen. You might get
Yeah.
the worst game you've ever seen. You might get a mix of the two, where on some plays Anthony Richardson looks like vintage Brett Favre or
Yeah.
something, and then
Looks like Tim Tebow mixed with Brett Favre.
yeah. But I don't know. I'm gonna take the Broncos on this one. I think their defense is just too strong. I don't think the Colts are gonna be able to make a huge dent in them. And then obviously I've really liked what Bo Nix has got going there. So
I'm going to switch up my pick, and I'm going to take the Colts. Colts go in upset. I'll take an Anthony Richardson hero game, legacy moment. Yeah, I don't know. Just picking a flip there.
yeah, that's cool, man.
All right, next one. Wow, game of the week.
Bills Lions. I really wish this one had been flexed to the Monday night doubleheader on Disney Plus, but I am gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Lions here.
Yeah.
I think that the Bills, like I've been saying, are like a one-man team at this point, and it's awesome to see Josh Allen do what he does. But I really think that the Lions are they're legit a good football team,
Yeah.
and they're gonna. Yeah, I think they're going to really make a huge impact on offense, and it's going to expose how middling the Bills' defense is, despite their stats being above average.
Yeah, they do allow a lot of rushing yards, and I think time of possession and the Lions' run game is key here. The last time Buffalo played in Detroit, I was there because they were playing the Browns.
Yep.
It was supposed to be that Browns game in Buffalo, and they relocated it because of snow.
Which there is snow here right now.
Yeah, but not in the dome.
Yeah, not in the dome.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick if they poked one little hole and just like a little stream of it came in during the game. One little pile on the field.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have the Lions here if they can
Joe
dominate.
Burrow's girlfriend calls it in and is like, there's a hole in the dome. There's a hole in the dome, and
She's
it's
up there with a
snowing. And
knife.
she's like, give me some of the snow.
Yeah,
I don't know if she does anything like that.
What?
I don't even know who she is.
I know she's a part of a sophisticated crime syndicate that's robbing NFL
We
players
don't know
during away
that.
games.
We
I
don't-
know it.
you
I
don't
have it on
know.
good authority.
No, you don't.
Pending 3 Lions turnovers. That's my magic number. If the Lions turn it over, 3 times, like 2
Throw
and a
up the
half.
magic number graphic, Tony.
Yep. Bring.
You
Yeah,
don't have
anything
it. That's all right.
3 and up for the Lions turnover wise, I think they lose because you just can't give Josh Allen extra possessions, especially on a short field. So if the Lions play good, safe football, I think they will win this game.
Yeah. Lions, Lions, that they're gonna really this is a statement win.
Yeah, because they've kind of been flopping around for the last 2
Well,
weeks.
all they did is win 2 close games after
Yeah.
blowing everybody's fucking socks out of the water and into the ocean.
Hey, in the bigger water.
Yeah.
All right, next game.
Uh-huh.
We got the Bucks Chargers, another huge game. This is when it starts to get hot, people. This is heating up.
Yeah.
Week 15's the stuff that makes you say, am I man or am I still baby? And I think the Chargers are still baby.
Oh. NFC playoff hopeful, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus AFC playoff hopeful, the San Diego Chargers. I'm still calling them that.
Surfing USA.
All right. I don't know. I think the Bucks are gonna win this game, but I'm a little worried about it. Okay, Chargers defense is very, very good.
Not the last couple of weeks.
They're still very good though.
They are.
And
I got the Bucks because they're 3-0 since their bye week, and
it's all the energy I can muster.
2 of those games they won by over 15 points. And since the Chargers bye week, I think they're 1-2, and without one really fluky win, they could be, and probably they could be 0-3 since their bye week. Bucks are really trending up right now. I think they're averaging almost 430 yards a game. That's gonna come in and just go crazy. They're healthy. They're fired up. They have the division in sight. The Bucks or the Chargers kind of feel like they're just wobbling into the playoffs. I think 3 weeks ago I would have picked the Chargers here because they were just trending a little better, but that's just Justin and Ladd show is really it.
And Ladd is still banged up, but
Yeah.
on the Tampa Bay side too, Bucky Irving I heard is maybe not going to play in this game,
Yikes.
which is bad because they kind of need. I saw somebody else say this, but they need Bucky, Baker, Vita Vea, and Mike Evans. That's what they need healthy to win games are those 4 players. And I think if they're missing Bucky, then we got to see how that even looks.
Yeah.
Because if they don't have a run threat on the field, then I don't think that Baker's as effective in the pass game. But I still believe in them. I just on momentum and on spirit, I think that Baker's gonna fight to the end. And I don't know.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking the Bucks.
Oh.
I'm gonna pick the Bucks, but I'm worried about it. I think this game could go either way.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah.
Next, the big one. one of the big ones.
Eagles, huh?
The Steelers haven't won in Philadelphia since 1965. The guy returning their kicks for the team then was known as Cannonball.
Wow, that's good research.
Thanks, man. We don't really give players nicknames like that anymore.
It's all like a part of their name. It's like, you know.
I want to name a guy like, I don't know, Cardboard Box Evans. That's because he's like a present or something. I don't know. Like we need more just like weird physical things.
That's not a good example.
I know, but people are still with me. The Toaster Oven Michaels.
Gun.
Musket Jones.
No, his name's just Gun.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gun. Yeah, I like that. That would be good. Or Bomb.
Hell yeah. IED.
Plane.
Yeah.
There's like one word nicknames would be sick. If
Race car.
That's two words.
Not
sometimes.
really.
Sometimes it's 2 words.
Yeah, I guess if it's like a racing car.
It is one of those things that goes backwards and forwards.
Drone.
But I'm saying race car. Backwards is race car.
Oh, nice.
And Taco Cat.
Yeah, the Steelers don't deserve any of the success they've had this year. They've really lucked into it. Mike Tomlin is awesome, and I would kiss him. And
luck into it.
Oh, yeah, his all luck is a total accident, honestly. And they have evil whites on their defense that I don't like. I don't like seeing their uniforms touch the field. I wish I could blur them out and just watch Saquon Barkley eat TJ Watt's head off of his body. And yeah, despite the pass game being broken in Philadelphia, I think it's still a really hard place to win. And I think the run game is going to win it here. And great defense. We're still not talking about the Philly defense enough. And I think they turn over Russell twice. Give me Philly.
Steelers. I'm taking Steelers to win this game. I don't know why Tony went to the next game. It's like I'm just still talking about the other one. So it's just like messed up.
Well, it's because your energy's so low. He thought you were done.
Yeah, I guess. There we go. Now it's back. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers in this game. I think that I just look at it this way, and this isn't a good way to look at football at all. The Eagles almost lost to the Browns.
Oh, this is bad. Already.
And the AFC North, like that physical type of football. I just see the Steelers being a big trip up moment for the Eagles because the Steelers are really, really good on defense. And I think especially when they're struggling in the pass game, the pressure that Jalen Hurts is going to face in this game, it's got to be Saquon hero game, like 300 yards. Like I'm telling you, it has to be that for them to win, or they just have to it's got to be like a Dallas Goedert 90-yard reception for a touchdown, like type shit like that. It's going to be weird, explosive plays that keep them in it. I think the Steelers are just a more well-oiled machine. They're an engine that's running really, really well. And so, I'm going to take the Steelers to win this game, and everybody's going to have those conversations next week about the AFC being like a 3-horse race in the playoffs. Like, are these the legit teams that have a chance? It's the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Steelers.
I would like to question you on one fact you've brought up twice.
What?
You've mentioned the Browns as a physical team, and I believe after last week they are 32nd in the league in rushing.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about defense.
Oh, they're physical on defense because of Myles.
Because of Myles Garrett.
Yeah, he is physical, man. I'm
saying it's just like the AFC North is known as like those beat you up teams.
Yeah, but I mean, like when Pittsburgh played Cincinnati a couple weeks ago, they scored 48 points in the first half combined, and like I don't know, I feel like that narrative like isn't that serious. I'd say the NFC North is the physical division now.
Whatever, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying,
don't push false narratives on these people that might not know ball. Now they're gonna go around saying Browns physical, and it's like we average 4 yards a rush, like a whole game, 4 yards rushing for the whole game, and it's usually Jameis when he falls forward. I just wanted to challenge you a little bit. That's a sports show, man.
Nobody likes doing that on sports shows.
It's
all about being nice to each other.
Swim move, whoosh, right to the quarterback. All right, next game, Tony.
Whatever. Fine. Now it's the Packers Seahawks.
Seahawks, maybe a big game here.
I mean, it is a big game.
Maybe a huge game here.
Yeah, NFC playoff contentious shit.
Yeah, Green Bay can clinch a playoff spot with a win here, and I think a Minnesota loss.
If the Seahawks win this game, they have the same record as the Packers, which is so weird because the Packers are like considered a real contender in the NFC, and the Seahawks are like, oh, maybe they're all right.
Yeah, I mean, I beg to differ. I do think the Seahawks are legit. I think they're being really well coached right now. My biggest fear here is I don't think Kenneth Walker's going to play. He's going to really try, but they still got it done last week with Charbonnet, 128, 2 touchdowns. But Oh, I had the Packers circled, and then I switched it over to the Seahawks. I'm going to stay with that, basically just on toughness of this home field and kind of recklessness of Jordan Love, and I do think the Seahawks defense is trending up.
I will take the opposite of you and pick the Packers, just to see, maybe I can scrape one out against you. I would like to win the record, whatever. I want to pick more games than you, right? At the end of the season, that's what I want to do, and I'm going to take a risk here and try to get one up on you. I don't have much to say other than that. Yep.
Say Romeo Dobbs. That's a good one to say.
What about it?
Just say it.
Well, yeah, he's on my bench right now in fantasy because he's been banged up. He didn't play last week. And, yeah, I do like Romeo Dobbs a lot, and I think that Reed's been good, and Christian
Matt
Watson's
LaFleur.
good. Matt LaFleur is the coach of the Packers.
Say Matt LaFlame.
Matt LaFlame. And that's a Travis Scott joke with the Packers coach. And then for the Seahawks, they got Mike McDonald, which is where they caught Luigi and Mariani. And then they caught him at McDonald's. Mike McDonald's. Is it a coincidence? Yes. Yeah.
Good job, man. See, you broke it down. Old school style. Let's go Seahawks. Shout out on Koosh. Next game.
Bears Vikings on Monday Night Football on Disney Plus, where they're going to turn all the characters into frozen characters. I'm predicting Olaf will run for 200 yards.
This is still a rivalry game, and it came out this week. Someone said it was in Caleb Williams' contract that he gets to pick the next head coach, and he had to answer to that, which was funny because he's like a little rookie, and that pressure should never be put on a sweet boy like him. Bears have had some battles the last couple weeks. They're sloppy and shitty and fucked up offense in a lot of ways, and they're just kind of like letting Caleb try. I mean, I have the Vikings here, obviously, I think, but I don't like. I'd pick the Bears against the spread, or like. Yeah, I don't think I feel like it's 3 to 6 point game here.
I think the Vikings are going to blow them out by a dillion. Okay. And I also think that the Bears have to just say goodbye to this season and just let it go. Let it go. I don't know if they're actually turning them into frozen characters.
I don't even think it's on Disney Plus.
It's not? I thought it was a Disney Plus doubleheader, and you told me that before we started filming.
Well, yeah, and then you just said, yep, that's it, without ever checking it or thinking
about it.
Why
would I check it if you told me it?
What if I told you something else terrible? I told you that Olivia Ponton was part of a crime syndicate that robbed Joe Burrow's house. Do you believe me there?
No, I told you I didn't.
Okay, so how do I know when you know I'm joking around or not?
I can tell when you're joking around when you're not.
Well, obviously not. I made up the Disney Plus thing.
You made that up?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Have they ever put a game on Disney Plus?
Is Caleb Williams going to play as Buzz Lightyear?
I hope so.
Okay, well, I don't know. It's hard to tell. They do games on Disney Plus, I think, probably. Netflix is putting on the Christmas doubleheader.
With Mariah Carey, and she's going to be half Homer Simpson, half Margaret Qualley from The Substance.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be like, Marge!
That's going to be sick.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. Let's go to the big Monday night game here.
Oh, my God.
Big one.
Holy shit. Falcons Raiders?
I hope
How did we get so lucky?
I hope Kirk Cousins poops his pants, and Tom Brady's calling this game, and he's like, yep, that would have never happened to me. Never pooped my pants once in my career. And then Kirk cries and runs into the locker room. That would be the best thing that could happen during this game.
Michael Penix is going to play the second half of this game.
There's a good chance.
I think there's a decent chance of that. But I don't know. I mean, I think the Falcons are going to beat the Raiders, but I don't feel confident about that.
Neither do I.
Moment, so.
And I think Aiden O'Connell's going to play despite being carted off the field last week. He kind of escaped a really ugly injury. It ended up just being a bone bruise. So the Riddler, sadly, doesn't get to go out in the field. But
who's the Riddler?
Desmond Ritter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. His name's not spelled like that, so it's confusing.
They call him the Riddler.
Okay. Yeah.
But you just add an LR to the end of it.
Isn't it RITTR?
No, it's DD.
DER?
DD.
TTTTT.
See, what's going on?
I don't know. I have so much brain fog, dude. It's really
the Raiders have been kind of pesky
sick.
here and there. I hope Jacoby Myers catches 6 touchdowns while I'm on bye week, just so I can stroke myself off. But I will take the Falcons in a desperation win. And hey, Falcons win. Bucs lose that tough game in LA to the Chargers. We're right back at 7-7, and the Falcons own the tiebreaker in that division. So look out, America. We could have an interesting race.
An interesting race in the, what is it?
It's the NFC South, buddy.
NFC South. I'm drawing a goofy-ass Falcon.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm picking the Falcons to win it.
Yeah, we picked a lot of the same games this week, but let's see who has a better record.
We picked all the same games. What other games would we pick? in terms of the NFL. These are the ones that are happening.
That's week 15. Those are our predictions. I hope you guys enjoy this wonderful slate of football going into the holiday season, and I hope you spread joy, 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 and realize that the life is beautiful.
And sorry, I'll try to get better. I'm going to take some more medicine. Hopefully, I'm
No,
better
you've
for the
taken
next
enough
one.
medicine, I
Give me
think.
some more.
Nope,
Come
I think you've
on.
taken enough.
The healthcare system is all messed up.
Nope, nothing about that. Shout out Hero Luigi Man. No, I'm just playing. No.
Well, yeah, but still.
Yeah, but still.
for real.
Yeah, for
Like,
real.
like, honestly.
Follow us on Disney Plus and Blue Sky. We've been Cheap Seats.
Yep.
That's week 15. I love you, and I'm with you. Goodbye, Tony Rowland.
Goodbye, everybody.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just a little sick.